Alright guys, fantastic news. We have the AC belt installed. So this took a little work. As you can see, there's no tensioner. We just have the, crank pulley and the AC compressor, and that's it. So after 3 or 4 trips to O'Reilly's, here's what we ended up with. A KO40310. So that's 31 5/8, whatever OC stands for. Man, we ended up getting, I think, 7 belts total, and this one worked. So you can see between the compressor and the bracket, I put a washer. You can see it right there. I don't know if that one will show up. Yeah, kind of. Anyway, we had to use a washer to space it, so that's on the top and bottom, so it's still square to the bracket. And that's perfect. So you can see this belt is pretty tight. If I try to bend it, I can bend it some, but it's got some tension. I think that's going to be good, and even if it does need more tension, I can just add another washer. So for anybody doing this, it's just 1/4 inch washers. And once I had the right belt, that's actually pretty easy. So yay, something to check off the list. We got to hook the AC hoses up, but that's easy enough. So good news, and we don't have to have a tensioner, so you can see, very space efficient. Also lightweight, so good stuff. Alright guys, here we go. Just ripped the wheels off, about to pull these coilovers and get the new springs installed. Well guys, I remember why I've never done suspension work on this car. Holy crap, this shit's hard to take apart. I don't know if it's just because I haven't took it apart, it's just giving me a hard time, but I watched videos of how to do this, and you're supposed to just like sway bar the lower and upper bolts for the thing, push this down, the top swings out, and then you lift it out. I watched several videos of guys doing that, and it did not work for me. And then I finally found a video, someone says pull this top bolt, and I couldn't get it out of there. So finally I pulled the lowers and just dropped the bottom of the control arm out, and it looks weird. But that finally worked. I was able to get this stock spring and damper assembly out. So, yep, hating my car right now, but hopefully the other side's not this bad and we can get this over with. Good news, we got our coil spring compressors here, and there's our crappy looking thing. We're about to change that spring out. It's very obvious I need coilovers now. Man, this is, if you look on the ground, there's some. That is pink foam, or not pink, like yellow foam falling out of my things. I'm sure that's the bump stops, or what's left of them. We can see up here there's like a puddle of it. So I'm sure I need to replace those, so I guess we'll add that to the list. But today we're just throwing springs on it. Anyway, that's my ranting. Hey guys, so we finally got this off the car. That was a lot of work, but we did it. We got the factory springs off, that little rubber piece. And this, yeah, that's the new little perch that the spring sits on. So you can see I took a white paint pen, drew a circle where that lands, and we're about to cut all this excess metal off, which is where the original larger springs went, and that's going to buy us space for the 10-inch wide wheels to fit. So bring you back after we get these cut. Alright guys, we just got done cutting that little spring perch off. Now it's much smaller. We should be able to get our new coil perch to fit. Good news, they fit. Check it out. It's actually a pretty good fitment for handwork. Well, start putting this together. Alright guys, we got this put together. We haven't tightened all the bolts yet, but we got these installed. Man, suspension work, I have respect for people that do this. This sucks. But we got that in there. Same on the other side, it's put on. So we got all the bolts hand tight, or sort of hand tight. They're just installed. We're gonna knock off for the night. I've got a real job I gotta go to. But yep, they're in. So tomorrow when we come back, it's tomorrow, Thursday, we'll get these tightened up and probably immediately try to put our wheels on and see what happens. So, good news. Making progress. This is one of the big things I needed to do, and you can definitely tell these are more low profile than the factory springs. These things are tiny, so should have plenty of clearance. Anyway, y'all take it easy and see you next time.